Welcome to Tech Wizard. Today we are going to discuss about the Java variables. Okay, so basically there are three types of variable. First one is instance variable, second one is local variable, and third one is static variable. So here we will see these variables, how to use this variable with the practical demo. Okay, so let's discuss first about the instance variable. So what is instance variable? So this variable basically defined within the class. Okay, within the class. Okay, and that can be accessed within the class only. Second one is local variable, which can be defined within the method and it can be accessed only within the method. It means that second method cannot able to access that local variable. And third one is a static variable. So this static variable we can able to use without creating object. Okay, so one by one we will see that how to use that. Let's start with the first one. Let's say class variable demo1. Okay, this class is having one variable integer n. Okay, so this variable will be called as a instance variable. Okay, because this variable we are defining within the class. Let's say we are having another method, that is void assign. Okay, now inside this method we are creating one variable integer m and assigning 10. Okay, so this is a local variable. Okay, so this local variable can be used within this block only. Okay, within this method only, whereas this instance variable will be used within this brackets. Okay, so instance variable within class and local variable within method. Okay, now let's see that what if we are going to we try to access this variable outside the method. Okay, what if we are trying to access this m variable, which is a local, in another method called display. Okay, let's print the value of this variable m over here. Let's try to print it over here. Okay, so here this is our display method. Now let's create the another class, public class variable demo2. Inside that let's create public static void main string arguments. So let's create the object of variable demo1 and call the methods. Okay, variable demo1 object name is v1 is equal to new variable demo1. Okay, and now let's call v1 dot assign, which will assign m is equal to 10, and v1 dot display. Okay, now let's save this program with variable demo2.java. Okay, let me increase the font size. Now you can see over here that we have created this variable inside assign method, but we are displaying the value of that variable using the another method. Okay, so basically we are using this local variable in another method. Let's see that. Let's try to compile it and check whether it allows or not. You can see over here it gives the error in system.out.println cannot find the symbol. Okay, which symbol they cannot find? It cannot find m. Why it cannot find m? Because m is defined in assign method. Okay, and it is a local variable, so you cannot use m over here. Okay, because you are using that m in the another method and it is a local variable. So I hope that this is clear about the local variable. You can use the local variable inside a method only. Okay, if you want to print, let me give comment over here, and if you are printing value of m over here, then it will be fine. Okay, let me compile this, compile successfully, and you can say it display 10. Okay, so that is about the local variable. Now let me give comment over here and now talk about the instance variable. So instance variable can be accessed within the class. Okay, so it means that we have created the instance variable over here. Okay, and let's assign some value over here to this variable. Let's say n is equal to 20. Okay, and now if I want to display the value of n over here using the method display. Okay, so here display method can able to access this variable. Why? Because this instance variable is a class variable. Okay, so the variable which are created within the class can be accessed by any method of that class. Okay, so here display is a method of a class variable demo1. So obviously display can easily able to access this variable n. Okay, so let's try it and let's try to execute. So Control S, compile it, compile successfully, and now you can see now it display 20. Okay, so this variable, instance variable, will be accessed by this display method, but display method cannot able to access this local variable. Okay, so instance variable can be accessed within the class. Okay, now what if we want to access this instance variable outside the class? Okay, now let's say for example here we are having the another class, that is the variable demo2. Okay, and let me try here to print the value of n. Okay, let me try here to print the value of n. Okay, Control S, Control 1 for compilation. Okay, again you find over here, cannot find the symbol. Which symbol? This n. Okay, so it cannot able to find the variable n. Okay, because variable n is not the member of this variable demo2. It is the member of variable demo1. So instance variable can be accessed within the class, local variable can be accessed within the method. But if you want to access over here, if you want to access this n over here, what you can do, you can create a object of this variable demo1. Okay, so we have already created this object of variable demo1, that is v1, and now using that object over here, that is v1.n, you can access it. Okay, so basically if you want to access instance variable outside the class, you can able to access it using an object. Okay, let's see whether it is working or not. Control S, compile. You can see compile successfully, run it. You can see now it is printing a value of n. Okay, so it means that you can access that instance variable using object outside the class. Okay, so that is about the instance variable. Now one is remaining, that is a static variable. Now let's define over here one static variable. Let's say static string name, okay, is equal to ABC. Okay, so this is a static variable. This is called static variable. Okay, now what is the characteristic of this static variable? That you can use this variable without the use of object. Okay, so what we have done for the instance variable, to access that variable outside the class, we have created object of this variable demo1 and then we have accessed. But now this name variable can be accessed without creating an object. Okay, let's try to access it. I'm just copying this system.out.println. Okay, so here we have to print the value of n, we have used this v1, that is the object of variable demo1. But now let's try to print first of all over here name. Okay, again name is a static variable which we have created above. Okay, give this a comment. Okay, now let's save it, compile it. Okay, so now it says that over here that cannot find symbol name. Okay, because name is a static variable, and that is defined in the another class. Okay, but by using that class name, okay, the class name directly, we do not need to create an object. Okay, remember it, to access the instance variable we need to use the object of that class. But over here I can write like this one, variable demo1 dot name. Okay, so variable demo1 is a class name, class name dot that static member. Okay, let's save this and let's compile it. Okay, you can see it compiled successfully. Run it, it prints the ABC. Okay, so for using a static variable you do not need to create an object. Okay, so let me summarize again. There are three types of variable. First one is called instance variable. It will be created within class. Okay, so you can access that variable within the class. Okay, outside the class, if you want to access outside the class, you can do that with help of an object. Second one is a local variable, that is within method. Okay, and only that method can have a access. Outside the method you cannot have access of that local variable. Third one is a static. So static is like the instance variable, but to access it outside the class, you do not need to create an object. Okay, you can access with class name. Okay, and this one is static variable is very useful also in terms of saving a memory. Okay, so how it saves the memory and all that things we will see in the upcoming session. But here it is, there are three types of Java variable: instance variable, local variable, and static variable. I hope this concept must be clear now. Okay, and if you have any query you can please comment it. I will try to solve it as soon as possible. If you like the video, please subscribe the channel and share with the other students also, so they can also benefit of the same. And please stay tuned with us, because I'm running this Java series, so that will be helpful to you. Okay, and do not forget to press the bell icon. Thank you so much.